Let's Talk Oculus, a VR podcast, is proudly sponsored by the good folks at Patreon. If you want to support the show, join us on patreon.com/Let's Talk Oculus. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome back to Let's Talk Oculus, episode 143. I'm your host, as always, Dan, and I'm joined by my co-host, as always, it's Samson. How you doing? How's things?
I'm doing well. This week's topic has reinvigorated my love for all things mixed reality. I got a child in VR, and it was a very positive experience. And I'm not sure if that was a weird way to phrase that, but you know,
I'm interested to hear more. I'm interested to hear more, but we'll get to it.
Yeah. How you doing? It's still like hot as a devil over here.
Yeah, I heard the East Coast has been hit hard. To be honest, I've heard the East Coast hit hard, but yeah, we're okay here. We're okay. The AC is out, but we're okay. I'm excited to get this.
My AC went out too.
Yeah, your AC went out. Oh dear. Yeah, I mean, it's that hot, right? I guess that hot. But yeah, I'm excited for this topic because obviously Miracle Pool came out last week, and we're gonna start off the show by talking a bit about Miracle Pool, which is the mixed reality pool game that has just come out. If you're wondering from the title what kind of game this is, we're gonna talk about Miracle Pool first. But then, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't know about you, Samson, but I'm getting hyped about these mixed reality experiences. I'm really starting to like them, especially when they're done well. And I end up playing more mixed reality than VR nowadays, and we'll probably get into the reasons potentially why. I'm trying to think of it myself, but we're going to go into a bunch of mixed reality experiences that we like. There's obviously stuff that we've spoken about in the past, and we'll have those in the notable character category, but we'll go into some of them that we actually love and we actually play often, because I've tried a bunch of mixed reality. I know you've gone into a few different games, and there's a lot more than one would think. There's a lot more than one would think. So we're gonna go.
Dan, I almost messaged you and been like, can we just do 5 and maybe we'll just do this episode again and we'll just keep suggesting 5 over time? Yeah. Because there are, as I was trying to come up with them and go through, there's so many.
I'm looking at the script here, and it looks like we pretty much got 5 each almost. So
I try to limit myself, and then I just threw them into the notable category.
Exactly, the notable. We'll read off the notable, but we'll get into that in all good time. But let's start off with a little housekeeping for those of you who don't already know, or you're fairly new to this. We have a Discord channel with I don't know, I've lost count now. It might be close to 200, if not just over 200 people in there now. I'm not sure, but there's a lot of people
around there.
There's a lot of people in our Discord, but a lot of friendly faces, a lot of friendly voices. Definitely come on down if you want to do like a VR night, or just want to watch a big screen movie, or just want to chat VR. It's a friendly community. It is totally free to join. Our link is in the description below if you want to join the Discord. And if you do want to throw us $1 because you love us so much, just go down to our Patreon page and chuck us $1. And maybe we'll buy some more mixed reality games, because I think I spent like $40 this weekend just to try some stuff out for this pod.
It's all going towards Quest 4.
Yeah, it's all going towards the Quest 4 or the Quest 3 Pro, 2 Pro, or whatever's out there. I hear the ice cream truck outside, and I'm tempted to pause this podcast to run out. But
what would you get?
It depends on the ice cream truck. The ones in the UK, they always do soft serves at the ice cream truck, so I'm a sucker for soft serve.
Get that good like chocolate
flake.
stick.
Yeah, they put the Cadbury's flake in there as well, which is phenomenal. But
you couldn't be further from there, though.
You can't get that. You can't get that here. So I'd probably go for a Magnum or a Rocket Lolly. I'm a big Rocket Lolly fan. So what would you get from an ice cream truck? Let's break the ice here with the podcast. What would you get?
It's honestly been a while since I've gotten like ice cream from one. I tell you what, I don't get the Ninja Turtle with gumball eyeballs. No, I don't get that.
Why not?
I feel like I've got bad memories. And gum after being in ice cream, they last like 2 seconds. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's true.
What an awful choice to put with ice cream.
We used to have in the UK, I'm not sure if you have it here, but they're called screwballs, where it's in like a cone and it's ice cream, but then right at the bottom there's a little like chewing gum ball, like a gobstopper kind of thing. So you get chewing gum at the end of after you eat your ice cream. Yeah,
that sounds terrible.
That was my childhood. We lived on those, but anywho,
I prefer those soft serves though with the flake.
Phenomenal.
Those are great. Absolutely.
Yeah, they're fantastic. They're fantastic. All right, let's get into some VRing, or shall I say MRing, with our mixed reality stuff. So let's talk about Miracle Pool first. So Miracle Pool, like I said, a game that came out last week. It's been around 3 years in development, and with the game, it's fully in mixed reality, and I have been just high level thoughts. I have been loving it. I've set the table in my living room, and I've had the Euro 2024 soccer tournament on, and I'm playing pool. And because the mixed reality is clear enough, I can watch the TV and watch the game whilst playing this pool and walk around the table. It's been great.
You haven't been watching the Copa America?
I've not been watching that one as much, to be honest. No, I've been watching the Euros. The Euros is like a good time in the morning of the Pacific. But yeah, it's been great. It's been great.
Back to pool. When you play, do you set your table up and you leave it and you walk around it, or do you need to rotate the table and from where you stand?
If it's on either side of the table that I can get to, that's absolutely fine. If it's the side of the tables, the left side is a bit too intrusive with where my TV is, so then I will rotate it. Although every time I rotate it, it does feel weird when I do that. So I have to do that, and I always use a small table. There's a big table, which is meant to be more life size, and then there's a small table. I always have to use a small table. The life size ain't fitting in my apartment, but
I only could you fit the small size, and even then, it was I only wanted to walk around it. See, it's not as immersion breaking when I have to walk through the table to get to the other side.
No,
as opposed to like rotating it.
I always walk around it though if I could.
But,
there's something about walking around. It's kind of so. Samson, what was your give me your high level thoughts so far? Have you been playing the game much at all? Or
I've got only low level thoughts on this one, Dan. I haven't spent that much time in it. I played I think 1 or 2 of them single player. There's 10 opponents or so, right? They can play. And then, to the surprise of no one, our plan to play this weekend fell through. So I still have to play multiplayer in it, but I'm liking the one game I played through, and I like the setup. It's pretty easy. Pool table looks good. It's easy to scale it and move it. And yeah, I sent actually a copy to my brother, and I'm hoping that I can play with that Quest 2. Yeah, either with him or my girlfriend or somebody.
Yeah.
Says, will somebody play pool with me?
I mean, it should have been me, but I actually just totally forgot on Sunday. You should have messaged me, but I forgot as well, so never mind. It was... So first, let's just... Those of you who haven't played the game, it's done really well, and obviously there's other pool games available, and we'll go into Forever Pool. At least that's the only other one I've played. But when you first start the game, it's pretty charming. So you get wherever your play space is going to be, and your pool table's in this big package. Basically, it's in this big box.
That's cool.
And you kind of put it. You use your controller to put where the package is going to be, and then it just flings open with your pool table, which is really cool. And then
it's like you got one delivered in the mail.
Exactly, right? And it's a really accessible game because obviously you're trying to use almost a full-size pool table. Obviously, you can use a smaller one as well, but it's still pretty big, even if it's the smaller one.
It's huge.
It's still huge, right? So you're still trying to figure out how you're going to fit it in these apartments or tiny places that a lot of us live in nowadays. And It's great because there's basically handles on either side where you can just use a grip button. You can move the pool table wherever you want. Okay, so I put it a little bit higher. I'm a taller person, but then also I don't have to lean too much because obviously you can't really lean onto the table as much. So
yeah, you don't want to do that.
But you can move it around really easily, and then you can use the right thumbstick, as we were just alluding to rotate the table as well. So even if you couldn't walk around and you could just stay in one space, you could rotate the table and move the table around as you're lining up your shot. So it's very accessible. So even if you live in a really tiny 400 square feet apartment studio or whatever, you could still make this work with all the accessibility they've done. They're a really good job. Like, really great job with it. I was pretty impressed because it's 11 table tennis does a good job, but this is way more accessible to like move things very easily as you're playing, right?
You play on easy mode?
Well, I just played you got the people, and every person in your like single player campaign, you've got.
Yeah, but the mode where it shows you where the ball's going to go.
Oh,
that's how I was playing.
No,
not gonna lie no.
So what you're saying is that there's two modes you could play. Is like I don't know what it's called. I think it's like the authentic mode or the simulation mode or arcade mode or something like that, right? The arcade mode, essentially, when you're lining up your shot, you'll see the path of the ball, so you can try and get it in, get the angles.
Let me tell you, Dan, I still miss shots.
Really? Okay, I thought it'd be way too easy. So I turned it off.
It should be. It should be that easy. I'm not good at pool.
That's fair. I do find it harder than real life pool. Okay, we'll say that. But I turned it off, so there's no line. Just because I thought if I'm lining up my shot, I think I can do it. But it is a bit harder. So when you get into the game, obviously it teaches you how to play. The way the cue stick or the mechanics work is a little different to Forever Pool. So with Forever Pool, you kind of need to have your hand in front of you. And this might have changed. I've actually played it for a while. I did play it like a couple months ago, but not for a while. But the mechanics, like, it feels like you have to just use your arms in front. And those of you who have played pool or played snooker, your right arm or your dominant arm is always behind you when you're taking the shot. So this is the way they've done it, is that they've kind of, your hands are kind of like fixed on the cue stick. You just go up and down, obviously, but you're kind of fixed on the cue stick. And then when you put your hand on the table, you get a little haptic feedback. And this is super key. You get a little haptic feedback on your controller. So it's like locks your, or semi-locks your cue stick in place, like you would have on a...
You pull the trigger, right?
So that's the second thing, right? Yeah. So if you just put your, let's say I'm right-handed, okay? So you put your left hand onto the table like you would when you're playing pool, and as you put your left hand on the table, the haptic feedback just kind of semi-locks it onto the table. You can turn this off, but I find it that it really helps to just, when you are like bending down to take your shot, it like keeps it steady, keeps it stable, just like normal pool. And then when you're ready to take the shot, you press the trigger button, and then it kind of locks where you are, and then you'll obviously do the standard pool motion to hit a shot. And there's a few times that I've like duffed the shot, I'm not going to lie, because I didn't hit it properly or didn't hit it in the middle or anything like that. But I find that the haptic feedback when you're trying to lock in place is key to this, because I don't remember that at all in Forever Pool, so it didn't feel as natural, but that made it feel like I could easily go into the standard pool stance and it'll be fine. And it's really good with tracking. Like, it doesn't matter if it's behind you because you've locked it. It's just using the motion kind of thing, because it knows where your arm would kind of be, so you're locking it into place. It's really impressive. Yeah, I think I've played quite a lot. I've played quite a lot since Thursday, to be honest. But that was definitely key. Moving on, though, there's other features in it. So you've got the single player mode, where, like you said, there's around 10, or there might be a little bit more than 10 different players that you can play against, and each person is like a slightly different level. Like, maybe the first two are like 1 star, the third person will be like 2 stars or so, like that, and you end up getting to the last person, and obviously they are really hard.
You beat them all?
No chance. No, I've lost a few. I've lost many matches, to be honest. And when I get to when the one star won on like with like one board to go kind of thing, but then the 2 star, I think it's in stars, but like let's say the second difficulty, I'm struggling. I can't get past the fourth person at the moment. I keep losing.
The first person I only won because they hit the 8-baller.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So it takes a little while to get used to it, for sure. And obviously, you're not leaning over the table or anything like that. But yeah, so that's your single player mode. You've got multiplayer, which yeah, we both yet have to test out. But with the single player as well, you see the other person's avatar like around the table. So I think it'll be really cool. But yeah, you had to try multiplayer. You've got the daily challenge. So you can only try this once.
I did do that.
I don't know. Can you remember what your challenge was that you did?
I can. I had to hit the ball inside of a target, and there were basically 3 levels of scoring, and I think I got it in the second level.
Nice. So I had this.
You had to like get the ball to stop. You know?
I had the same thing. So I'm wondering if either we did it on the same day or I only did one of them.
That was the first day, I think. So.
Oh, we may have done the same one. I'm wondering if they're slightly different, but I had the same thing where, yeah, like you said, there was like a bullseye target, and you had to like. I thought it was very hard. I'm not going to lie. I just got it into the. I did get it into the little green bit, but it was very difficult. So you have a daily challenge which gives you like XP and such, and as you're like getting more XP, you level up. And when you level up, you unlock, and you can unlock, if you're beating people, you unlock, well, I seem to unlock a, what do you call it? A table, another table, like another finish kind of thing. I also unlocked a banana queue as well. So there's a different types of queues, and I looked through, because you can look through all of them, and I think level 70 is close to the end level that you can get, but you can get a lightsaber. That's the last one. The last one's a lightsaber. So there's all sorts. Like the first two are the first like maybe 5 or 6 are like normal queues but different designs. But then it get wacky. They end up being like brooms, lightsaber, like I said. There's a few other wacky stuff in there, so you can play pool like that, and that's kind of like forever pool where you could get the wacky things. But I don't think they do anything to improve your game. They're just cosmetic. As well, but I'm playing it just to get this lightsaber here because I'm hoping it has sound effects.
There's no way.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
No.
And then you also got a couple mini games, which are to do with like some trick shots or timed sessions where it's like it starts off with 3 balls and you have like a 2-minute timer, and then after that you go to level 2 where it's 4 balls and you have to like pot them as quickly as you can. There's like leaderboards involved as well. So there's a ton in this game. There's a ton in this game. I can't remember how much it was. I want to say it was like $20 or so.
I believe 15.
Yeah, 15. Okay, perfect. So it was not that expensive, and there's a ton of content here. And yeah, I'm loving the game, Samson. I'm loving the game. Just playing some pool, like just on a lunch break. Obviously, I work from home, so just a lunch break. Put on the TV, the Euros is on, and I'm just playing a game of pool or so now and again. It's been great. I've been loving it, and like I said, I think it being in mixed reality and it feeling really good is the go-to pool game now. I think it beats Forever Pool. Forever Pool's cool as well, but I just like this more. And also the graphics look really good. The balls are shiny and they look beautiful balls, and the tables all nice and such. Excuse my.
It feels more authentic.
It does. It feels more real. And you can play 8-ball or 9-ball. You don't have to, you could choose either one. And you can also, there's different balls as well. So you can have the standard, like numbered balls, or you could have like the UK pool, which is just red and yellow. But then there's another array of many different types of designed balls that you can also unlock. So lots of balls that you can unlock, lots of cues that you can unlock, lots of tables and table finishes and tablecloths that you can unlock.
A lot of cosmetics.
A lot of cosmetics will keep you going. So, yeah, loving it, Samson. We'll have to play a game. We'll try and squeeze one in before the next episode or something.
Let me ask the Magic 8-ball.
What does it say?
Unlikely.
That's true. I am away for this whole weekend, so that's very unlikely. But okay, enough rambling about Miracle Pool. If any of you, by the way, have Miracle Pool, come and join the Discord and let us know, because we'll try and sort out like a game
Come
night
on
or
down.
such. I'm not sure if you can have more than one player, like 2-player games. I'm wondering if you could do doubles. That would be fun, but I'm pretty sure it's just 2 players. But anywho, let's go into our mixed reality experiences, Samson. Let's go into these, because I think the reason why I'm loving mixed reality more than VR right now is because when you're in VR, you're so immersed, so that means your brain's turned on like fully. But when you're in mixed reality, it feels like you're more relaxed. If that makes sense, like Cubism feels like a better game when you're playing in mixed reality, in my opinion, or playing some of these games that we're going to mention in a moment just feels nicer and more relaxing in mixed reality because of it. And there's always a place for both VR and MR, but there's something about MR that I'm really loving.
Some of these ones I picked are definitely not relaxing.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
They are better, I think.
Well, let's begin, Samson. You go ahead first. What is one of the games you picked and why?
All right, Dan. Well, I mentioned it before, and I got back in for a little bit this week just to make sure it was okay, and that is Trackcraft. This is the game where there are many modes. Sandbox mode, where you can build your own tracks. There's a sort of race mode where you're trying to finish, you get from point A to point B on tracks that are already made, and they get progressively harder. You can go first person, third person, or just watch from afar. You can scale them up, scale them down. It's got it all, and it feels good. The driving, it feels fun. It's a fun game.
And this is the one that's gonna have a VR mode soon, or if not already, just got updated, and you can choose your different views in the car and such. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So when you change to first person mode, it's all VR basically.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, Trackcraft, very nice, very nice. I'll start with one that I've said before as well. Is Does It Stack? Back when we were doing the App Lab pick of the week, Does It Stack was one of my picks of the week. And Does It Stack is essentially it's in beta or early access right now on App Lab. It's completely free. There's only a few levels, but it is coming to the store this fall, and it's going to be more in depth. And I don't remember if the App Lab version was fully mixed reality, but the one that when it comes out in fall, it's definitely in mixed reality. And essentially, let's say you've got a desk in front of you, you got a bunch of items, and you need to stack those items as high as you can. And there's certain goals that you have to make, but then you can also challenge yourself. And these items range from building blocks to obscure items like a Spider-Man Funko Pop, for example. The reason why I said that is because I have one in front of me. But an obscure item like that, or like a typewriter, or like a Nintendo Switch or something like that. Like really things that are not easily stackable, cones and whatnot. So just weird shapes. Just a really fun game though. I would highly recommend, because it's free on the App Lab, to try it out. But just a fun little building block game, and yeah, you can spend a while at that trying to get on the leaderboards and trying to stack as long as you want. So yeah.
How's it stack up to the other ones that you are on your list?
It's what I would say. It's probably one of the weaker ones on my list, but I'm excited for the official launch this fall, and I think that's the reason why I chose it, to be honest, is because it's coming out this fall, and that's a bit of a news story.
Very nice.
Yeah. Okay, back to you.
Back to me. I caught it. I'm going to go with Yuki. This one I played outside in mixed reality, so I had way more space. And this was so much fun to just walk around shooting, pew, 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 pew. It's like you got the action figure that's shooting around, things are coming out. Whole thing took me, I think, 25 to 30 minutes to finish all the mixed reality levels. You definitely got to be moving, too.
What do you do? I've not heard of Yuki before.
You have a action figure in your hand, and it shoots, and you shoot characters floating in the air. that are shooting at you. Bullets come out in sequences, and you got to dodge them. And then your left hand, I think, is like a bomb of sorts.
Okay, kind of like it feels like a Space Invaders in a way. Is what you kind of described.
Yeah, it feels like it's like a bullet hell, bullet hell.
Nice, very good, very good. Another game that maybe it's just like Yuki, I guess, needs more space. And this didn't actually work well just because I'm working in a 2x3 meter and it did say 6, I think, or something like that, or something much bigger anyway. But it's called WarpLab Mixed Reality. Once again, this is on AppLab as well. WarpLab is, you may have seen this before, Samson, but it's the game that basically you can shoot portals like Portal, basically, where you'll have it's all in mixed reality.
That's pretty cool.
You can there's a bunch of levels. I only got to the 4th level and I got the 5th level and I got stuck. But there's like probably about 12 or 16 levels. But they're all puzzles. So let's say the first one, for example, is let's say an example would be, okay, there's a vase or a vase, however you want to pronounce it, and you need to break the vase. And what you have is I said vase, and then I went to vase. Let's say you have a bowling ball, but you need to shoot a portal underneath the bowling ball, and then shoot another one in the air, so it goes through. Yeah, so it falls and goes through the other portal and smashes that, for example. And there's a bunch more levels like that. So there's one where you have to, there's like 6 boxes or so, and you need to stack them up. That was actually a hard one. I think I actually got through it just because of a little bit of a glitch more than anything. But you're going to need to try and stack up boxes together, which was very difficult. The one I got stuck on, the reason why is just not because I couldn't do it. It's just because I don't think it worked in my small space that I had. But it was called Evade. And basically in mixed reality, there's this massive robot that comes into your space. And there's also a bucket. I don't know, it's just like a mop bucket, and I don't know what you have to do because the robot doesn't actually move; it just stays there. And I tried to get the bucket on the robot's head, but it didn't really work either. So I think maybe my space was blocking.
You don't know how to solve it.
Yeah, or maybe like because my space was small, like the whatever I needed just didn't show up in that smaller space or so. But once again, WarpLab is free. WarpLab Mixed Reality. This might be a fun one, Samson, actually, to try outdoors or in a garage or something like that. But yeah, I would definitely check this one out because you could just shoot portals and it's just a little bit of fun for free. So check out WarpLab Mixed Reality on AppLab.
Very good. All right. I'm going to go to Coaster Mania because I also hop back into this. And this is similar to TrackCraft. Has a sort of sandbox mode where you can make your own roller coasters, and a more of a puzzle mode where you're trying to get through rings. You have to create the coaster to go through certain rings to get to the end. And there are several levels in that way. And then there's also user created content. Pretty cool.
So you're building your
pretty fun. I feel like
what you're building your coasters to kind of like hit targets, kind of thing.
Yeah, essentially. Kind of remember in Iron Man how you'd fly through the rings or something like Ultra Wings. I guess you're gonna do that.
Yeah,
it's basically that except a roller coaster.
Got it. I see.
Yeah.
That would be cool to see in mixed reality with the coaster all in your like living room or whatnot.
Yeah. And you can build it up on, like, if you have shelves or desks, like, up there, you know.
I can see that being really fun, actually. I want to try that. I think that's about $10 or something like that on the Quest store. In AppLab as well. So. There's a lot of them in AppLab that we've talked about. But you can ride the roller coasters yourself, right? That you design.
Yeah, but it goes to VR.
Oh, okay. When you ride your roller coasters, yeah, that makes sense. That'll be a bit. I don't know if they would be able to ever do that. It would have to go into VR. No, that's cool. That's cool. Coaster Mania. This looks really fun.
It is $9.99.
Nice. It's really good fun. Okay. Next game I've got on the list is Bomber Drone. Bomber Drone is I think it's another App Lab title actually. I think it's around $10, the same kind of thing. Bomber Drone is another one where I think I'm gonna go refund this one just because I didn't have the biggest space to try this. So like some of the items were kind of getting stuck between walls and such. So I think if you went and played this outside, it would be actually perfect for this. But Samson, I feel like you would like this one. So essentially, you've got your drone on a wall, and it's very difficult to control, to be honest. But it's like controlling a helicopter in a way. Like the thumbstick up and down is to go up and down. The left stick is to like rotate, but then your right stick is to move forward and move back. So it takes a while to kind of get used to it. But then the drone has bombs and machine gun on it, as you do. And essentially what you have is that you have a few items around in your play space. So you might have like a tank that's shooting missiles at you. You might have another kind of robotic thing that's shooting at you. So you can use the bombs to like fly over tanks and blow them up. You can shoot the other things that you see as well. There's only 5 levels in this, but they are procedurally generated. So you can keep going, and it gets more complex the more levels you get into. But yeah, like I said, it does change. It changes where it is a little bit as well. I feel like this might be in early access as well, or like it's just starting out. I mean, it is an app lab. But then the last thing you need to do is you need to save the human or humans. Basically, they're on like a tower, and you can press the A button, and like a chain goes down, and they can jump on your chain, and you have to put them into a specific space. But then you also got to manage your fuel, because your drone's got a set amount of fuel.
Can't run out of gas.
So I ran out of gas many times, because I just kept going too fast or whatnot. So exactly. But I feel like you'd like Bomber Drone, to be honest, Samson. I feel like you'll have a good time with it. But yeah, it's one that I'd probably need to just refund because it doesn't work, but in my space. But it's a cool, just flying the drone. There is a free roam option where you can just go fly around the mixed reality drone.
Free roam drone.
Yeah, so you can just fly around the drone, which is fun in itself, to be honest. So yeah, that's Bomber Drone. Over to you.
Very good. All right. Well, although you can't really tell by my first 3 games here, I did try to get sort of a few genres. So here I'm gonna throw in Ultimate Swing Golf MR mode. I've played a little bit of this, and I've done the mini golf portion. I know there's a driving part where you can kind of hit the courses, but I particularly liked the mini golf part, or the putting, if you will, where you place a hole, you place where you want to hit it from. It can be as close as you want, and then the hole gets smaller. You get 5 shots, and the hole keeps getting smaller.
That's cool.
It's just pretty cool little golf game, and not something you're going to spend a lot of time in any given moment, but pretty good for showing off mixed reality golf, as the other quality golf games don't offer mixed reality currently.
That's true. That's true. I've actually not played that mode. I've only played the driving range mode, and it's not that great. It's okay, it's very mediocre, but that sounds way more fun, where you can place the holes in your room and such, and putt. Because the driving range,
so long as your floor is there,
yes, as long as your floor's there. The driving range one's just like VR portal. Think about like Synth Riders, for example, and you're just hitting into the VR world. That's pretty. The caddy's in mixed reality, which is pretty crazy. The caddies are massive, but
so it kind of feels like you're at one of those driving ranges, but the driving range portion is all VR, but where you are and everywhere else.
It feels like if you went to one of those like golf simulation places where you're hitting into like a screen or projector screen, that kind of thing. That's what it feels like. But you can toggle back and forth between VR and MR really quickly. But yeah, that's what it feels like. Nice one. The next one on my list, I actually really, really liked. I've kind of gone from like not bad to best, but more of like a few in the start, which I've played around with. But these next 2 I've really liked. So Rescue the Hole is my next one. Rescue the Hole, once again, I believe that's in App Lab as well. Let me just double check whilst I'm on the podcast here. Rescue the Hole is Rescue the Hole. Oh no, Rescue the Hole is in App Lab. Yeah, Rescue the Hole. When you try and Google this or have a look at the store, the font and everything that they've used is very Mario-esque with the colors as well.
Yeah,
but Rescue the Hole is, that like kind of standard game, Samson, where you have like a metal 3D maze and you try and put like the hoop through, exactly, for the hoop through the maze. And obviously if you touch the metal, then it like electrocutes you or goes buzz and whatever, and you have to kind of start again. That's basically it. That's the premise of it. But it's really, really cool. So there's different difficulties where, like, first of all, you can do easy mode, which is it gives you like a life. So if you touch the sides, your hoop has like life disappears, but then it regenerates. But I ended up just changing it straight to hard mode, where if you touch it, it goes straight back to 0 and you have to start again, because I thought that felt more authentic and more fun, I would say. But then the levels, you start off with like basic level, which is in green, and it goes all the way down to like extreme or so. It's in black, but they actually don't have many extreme. Actually, they don't have any extreme levels. They've got like maybe 10 different types of levels, shall we say. But the red levels are very difficult, and that's where like the maze that you're working with is all over the place. It's all going around. There's these random thumbs that keep going up and down, so you could easily clip them. There might be some like swinging axes or swinging. Like that weapon that has the ball with the spikes and you can swing it. Those kind of things going around.
A lot of medieval weapons.
Yeah,
here.
There's a lot going on in some of the harder levels. Like a lot going on. It's actually quite difficult. I found some of them I found quite difficult. Maybe I do need to go down level and such. But it works so well in mixed reality. You're in your space and it looks crisp. The graphics look really good. And you can obviously you move the circle a little bit, but then when you let go of grip button, it stays where it is. So you don't have to keep holding it all the way.
That's good.
Yeah, so you can hold it a little bit and then turn around and then move it a little bit, go back. Yeah, exactly. This was Rescue the Hole. I just googled it. Is it you have to pay for Rescue the Hole? I think I did pay for it. Yeah, it's like $5 though. And I would
$7.99 in Canada.
$7.99 in Canada, yeah. $5 US. I would highly recommend Rescue the Hole. It's really fun. Really fun. It's a good party game too. Obviously in mixed reality, but it's really fun to play, and I highly recommend Rescue the Hole for $5.
Nice. And shout out to Ninja Guy VR, who recently had a developer interview for Rescue.
Oh, did he? Oh, nice. Fantastic. I was about to say shout out to him as well, who also just put out a mixed reality video, and he actually, I think Rescue the Hole and Bomber Drone were actually both on his list as well. He goes into 3 other experiences, and I don't remember those, but definitely check out his video if you want to see more mixed reality video things that we haven't spoke about. But
it's all the rage.
All the range. Samson, what else you got?
All right, here we go, Dan. I'm going to do Blaston, because this is another one that you can play potentially locally if you get 2 people. And Blaston's a game where you have 6 weapons, I think, around you. These guns shoot bullets at various speeds and various spreads, if you will. And you're trying to shoot the opponent, and they're moving and dodging and shooting you at the same time. And so it ends up being like this slow-mo bullet hell. You're dodging bullets like the Matrix. And it's way better in mixed reality, so you don't bump into things, much like Thrill of the Fight, which I actually didn't even mention in the notable or here, so I'm going to mention it now, and now it's been mentioned.
My last one is, I guess, the most expensive game that I tried is Lego Bricktales. Those of you probably...
Sorry, Blaston is free as well. Sorry.
Oh, Blaston's free. Very good, very good. Yes, I think I did know it was free. Yes, so the last one on my list is Lego Bricktales. I ended up buying this game just because. Okay, I was never going to buy this game because I didn't think it was going to be for me. But then I remember the marketing when the Quest 3 came out, and then I looked at the reviews, and a lot of reviews were really good. And Quest have a big sale on right now, so I think I got it for $20 Canadian, which is like $15 US, which I thought was pretty good. So I ended up buying it, and I did it just like how I remember there's a Quest 3 advertisement that I really liked where the woman was like playing piano and with piano vision kind of thing. But she sat down on her table and played Bricktales. And I was like, you know what? I want to sit on my floor and play me some Bricktales. And I've not played too much in this, but I really like it because I had no idea about the concept of this game. Obviously, this game is a flat screen game first, right? But I had no idea what this game was about, to be honest. And the fact that there's different like it's basically building puzzles, you know, so like you have to get to another platform and you have to build the bridge, for example. So then all of a sudden you go into this build mode and you can build the bridge, and then you use a little robot to see if you can get over. I'm on like one of the first levels where I have to build a bridge, and the reason why I'm saying bridge is because I keep getting stuck at it. My pieces kept falling down many times. I still can't figure it out. And I was like, geez, okay, because I was gonna, with Lego games, I always find them too easy, like with the Lego Star Wars and such. So I don't find them as fun, even though I love like the charm of them and they do them so well. There's no like difficulty slider, so I always find them a bit. Gone.
There are a few puzzles in this that got me stuck for a while.
So that's the thing. So I was like, okay, should I just try this and maybe refund it or so? But I got, after the fourth puzzle was the bridge, and I already got stuck, and I still can't do it. So, you know, I was like, okay, I'm in. I'm sold. But you've finished this game, right? You already completed this last year.
Yeah, I didn't 100% it. I didn't find all like the cool things you can find, but I did finish the story. I did enjoy it. It was fun, but there were a couple puzzles that did frustrate the heck out of me.
Yeah. So did you do?
There's eventually one where you have to balance like a bird cage or something.
Interesting.
And that was particularly tough.
So I love the concept of this is that it's all about building the Lego, and obviously in mixed reality, it's really calm and relaxing, and you have your platform in front of you. Now, can you remember? Did you play mostly in mixed reality, or did you play in VR?
I think I did. I went back and forth. I feel like the aliasing was a lot better. Like it looked better to me playing in VR.
So that's what I was about to say. That was the one, like, I won't say red flag, but one downside about it is that when you're playing in mixed reality, I noticed it straight away where the shapes and everything was a little bit, I won't say blurry, but like. Glitchy, graphically glitchy or so, just a little bit, just a tad, just like a classic VR effect. You get that in PSVR quite a lot as well. But as soon as I saw that I didn't know you could do it in VR until for the longest time, and then finally just clicked VR, and then everything is super sharp. Like the graphics look so sharp. And it's just like a little, like slight, like a little bit just sharpness on the sharpness level. And it looks like Lego bricks in real life kind of thing. And that kind of saddens me a little bit because I really want to play it all in mixed reality. But I with the aliasing, is that what you call it, right? With that
I don't know really how to describe it.
Yeah, that specific effect, like we're having it in VR was like, oh, actually, it looks nicer in VR, and just if there's only one option, then that's fair enough. But it looks nicer, and it's a shame because like I look at a game like Rescue the Whole, albeit way less elements in there, but that looks really crisp. And you look at
it is sharp. Yeah.
You look at Miracle Pool, for example, and it looks really crisp and sharp. But with Lego Bricktales, it just doesn't look that sharp. And like I said, it would be fine if that was the only way. And it was like, okay, that's just how the game is. You change it to VR, and it looks so beautiful and so pristine that you kind of makes you want to go back into the VR mode. So that's the only one like downside that I've seen about it so far. But I'm really enjoying the concept of this game, and I'm definitely going to play some more, like just sat on the couch or so and go through the levels itself. So yeah, that's my last one.
Chill.
Lego Bricktales.
All right. Well, I'm going to throw in my, because I do play this one a good amount in mixed reality, and that is Synth Riders.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously not a built for mixed reality game, but it does make it so you can play Synth Riders and know what is going on around you. So
That's true.
That's a win. And Beat Saber needs it. Where are you, Meta?
That's the Connect announcement right there with the 3S.
Yeah, right.
That's a prediction.
Yeah, right.
That's a prediction.
Oh boy, you heard it here first. Yeah. All right. How are we doing these notable ones? Because there's like 15 games to name here.
Yeah, we'll just run through it really quickly. I mean, you Angry Birds is another one that you didn't mention as well. Piano Vision, obviously, a lot of people know about that. You can play the piano mixed reality, and it'll match onto a keyboard if you have it. Paradiddle, we've talked about that, which is the drumming game that you can have. 11 Table Tennis is just perfect in mixed reality that you've played in the airport. Figment VR, which is more of like an artistic kind of sandbox game. I don't say game; it's more of an app more than anything. I don't know what this one is. Samson Wordomi.
Oh, Word of Me. This one was one of the it was like a 90% off, and it's a word game. So I just installed it this week because it was like $2 or whatever. And you have box letters, and you have to put the letters in order to figure out what word. Then they give you the word and a definition. And I've only just begun it, but I had to do 3 letters here and then start building up, and then I got it wrong. So I'm not actually sure what goes on. Like if you end up building a whole Scrabble board type of deal.
Yeah, I was about to say, it sounds like you're building Scrabble basically as you're going.
Kind of.
Awesome. And this was
so if it's still on 90% off, I'd say kind of worth it. But otherwise, if you're into word games, and could be it's completely mixed reality.
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure when the deal ends. But for those listening, if you don't know, if you just type in Wordomi 90% off, you'll see the code on there. But I don't know the.
And otherwise, it is $9.99.
Yeah. Oh, I might pick that up then just before it ends. Then it seems kind of fun. Then you got Demio, and obviously Demio Battles is also another one that's really good in mixed reality. Just having a tabletop. I think Chess Club's also a good mixed reality one that I didn't put on there.
I don't think they have mixed reality.
Chess Club doesn't have mixed. I thought it does have pass-through mode.
I mean, I could not. When I was playing that regularly with DMAX, I could not. I never did it. I couldn't find it.
I want to find out now.
There's another chess game that I've seen mixed reality footage for.
Playing chess. Oh yeah, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. For some reason, I always thought it did. Well, that's a missed opportunity. I'm sure they were going to add it soon. So ignore that one. Vermilion, Painting VR, which I might pick up Painting VR because Vermilion obviously is really nice and is quite formal. Painting VR seems like an informal version of this game, and it works with this pencil, this MX ink.
Oh, it's already
supported on launch. Known? Yeah. If I get that. But anyway. Astra is the game that we spoke about a few podcasts ago where it can make your room turn into basically a spaceship. It's worth it alone for that, but the game itself is okay. Gesture VR, I put this down. I didn't actually buy this, but that's another art game where if you can draw what do you call them? What do you call them with the people who like
figures?
Yeah, it's the art where like people sit naked and pose, and then you're doing like those kind of figures. You're like sketching them. I can't remember what kind of art that's called. Anyway, that's Gesture VR.
Life drawing?
So, yeah, maybe life drawing. That's Gesture VR, so you can have like that in mixed reality. So then you can just obviously sketch. And then you got Pillow as well, which is a game where you can just basically lie down and there's different kind of interactive games that you could do on your ceiling, which looks pretty cool. But I didn't. This was on my list, but I didn't end up buying it either. Okay. So there we go. There's a bunch of mixed reality games on there. Trackcraft, Coaster Mania, Yuki, Ultimate Swing Golf, Synth Riders, Angry Birds, Blaston for Samson, Does It Stack, WarpLab Mixed Reality, Bomber Drone, Rescue the Hole, and Lego Bricktales for me. So definitely check those out. And if you have any more experiences, definitely let us know in the comments and in Discord itself. Samson, what else have you been playing this week apart from these mixed reality games?
Yeah, I didn't play all these games, but yeah. PSVR got in, played the little Tetris effect. Just wanted to zone out into some Tetris. So I just did like a random level. Pretty fun. I realized that there is a theater mode, kind of, so you can just it's like a visualizer.
Nice.
And so I was playing Tetris Effect, and my girlfriend's kid saw and was like, "Oh, I want to play." I was like, "Well, they're not going to play Tetris," but so I put them in the theater mode, and she kind of sat there and was just like enjoying the sights.
That's cool. That's really nice.
So that was pretty cool. And then I had put her in Crow the Legend a little bit ago. And then as soon as it cut to the scene with the moon, she was like, it got dark, you know, because they're out in space. And she's like, "Oh, this is a little scary." I was like, "All right, just hop out." And she hopped out, but then she asked to go back into it. And this time she finished the entire thing. And at one point, while you're flying with the crow, she's like, "I feel like I'm flying."
Oh, bless her.
I was like, "Do you need to come out? Like, you feel okay?" She's like, "Yeah, I'll tell you if I need to come out."
Oh, bless. How old is she?
So yeah, that was pretty cool. 4.5.
4.5. Oh, that's bless her. Bless her.
Yeah, so she really enjoyed that in the end.
Nice.
It was kind of fun.
Nice.
And I put her into a little bit of Grocket too.
Oh, you did?
Because I was like, what else can I put her in?
Yeah.
And I put her in the shark game. So she but honestly, I feel like the hand tracking had trouble with her tiny hands.
I see.
But,
yeah, that makes sense.
And her hands are a lot closer to the cameras. But she knew what was going on, and she was having a good time with that. So that was kind of fun.
I guess they don't make that game for 4.5-year-olds, maybe 13 and above. So
yeah,
when it comes to those hands, but yeah, fair enough.
Then I tried that Ultimate Swing Golf. Now that my wrist is doing a bit better, and I can't beat this guy, man. I'm stuck.
This is the last challenge, right?
No. I'm not. I'm nowhere near the last challenge. I'm trying to perfect all the challenges as I go, and I think I'm gonna just have to suck it up and not perfect this one and just fail 4 times. We'll see. I got into some Breachers, played the new level again. Damn, it is still damn big. And I actually, shout out to Noble Squashy, signed up for a 3-on-3 Breachers tournament in his community. So we'll see how that goes. I will keep our community updated to how I am faring in his community.
Nice.
Hope they don't beat me up. And then got into Walkabout and a little bit of Synth Riders. And I played our Walkabout season 4 week 1.
That kind of goes straight. I didn't do it. I was going to do it as well, Samson. I just didn't do it. But let's talk about that. Let's talk about our Walkabout season 4 tournament, where a little bit different this time, where we've got the standard easy hard course like we always done, but then also we've added races in there, which is always a fun aspect. So Samson, give us the top 3 for each one of these here. What we got going on?
Yeah, first I'll say that our easy course was Meow Wolf and our hard course was Cherry Blossom. And on our easy course, our top 3 were at -13. The Maestro was in 3rd place. In 2nd place with -18 was Rockin' Horse Brat. And with -20 in 1st place, Parody for Life. Congratulations.
Very good.
Matt 916 took this week off, and that really opened the door to some folks.
Very good.
I believe this is the first time the Maestro was able to place. So,
Oh, nice. Very good.
Play the Maestro song.
It just takes me back to the Seinfeld episode, to be honest, more than anything, when you say Maestro.
That's what it's meant to do.
All right.
You finally figured out the joke, because his name in our Discord is Bob Cobb, which is the Maestro's name.
It now makes all the sense.
Yeah. When I saw that his Discord name was Bob Cobb, I was like, I'm calling you the Maestro in these Walkabout tournaments. And he was like, yeah, sure, go for it. It's like, all right, cool.
You've also got son of a Maestro, who is now in this group too.
Yes. That is quite literally his son.
Fair enough. All right, what about hard mode when it comes to the scores?
Yes, hard mode. We have friend of the show, is back in third place, top 3. Congratulations, Cobalt Dave, with -5. You tied me as well, so I guess it's a mutual third. Then with -16, real big jump there, real big leap. To 11 strokes to Rockin' Horse Brat. Congratulations. And clean sweep of first place, parity for life with -21.
Well done. That's tough. But to do like double figures in a hard get mode. That's tough.
Dan, but let me tell you this: her clean sweep continues on, because let me get into the races.
Let's get into the races. Right, this is gonna be different now, because we're comparing times and seconds here. Samson, I've seen you've not done this as minutes and seconds, you've just done seconds. So how many seconds was the Meow Wolf easy for folks?
The reason being is that Google Sheets really sheets the bed when it comes to adding time.
Fair enough.
And so I basically I ended up with all their times as minutes, seconds, milliseconds. But then when I was trying to rank them in order of lowest to highest, Google Sheets was just like, I don't know what you're trying to do here. So I converted each minute, all of them, into just seconds, so I could easily rank them.
Fair enough.
I think I might switch into Excel. We'll see.
Yeah, I wonder if I can do it in seconds and then switch it to minutes easily. But I don't.
Well, yeah, because then I just do the conversion back.
Yeah, but then wondering if you didn't have to convert it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Anyways, what was the top 3?
Easy course. Yeah. Easy course. Andrew Barber with 388 seconds. Rockin' Horse Brat with 363 seconds. And Parity for Life with 333 seconds.
333 seconds is around 5.5 minutes for those of you wondering.
It's crazy.
That 5.5 minutes is in Meow Wolf. That's pretty impressive. Samson, you know what you should do for the next week is you should also do like a team average. What was the average time? That'd be good to know. But okay, go into Cherry Blossom Hard. This is one that I have done myself, but I didn't. It wasn't submitted. But yes, what was the times?
Yes, this one we had. Congratulations to Kimmy Kai, first time top 3 with 484 seconds, just eking out Cobalt Dave, who had 488. In second place, you had myself, Samson, with 412 seconds, and then a clean, mean, over a minute ahead of me, Parity for Life with 324 seconds.
Wow, and that's just under 5.5 minutes as well. Just under 5.5 minutes as well.
Insane.
Yeah, and you had almost
insane.
7 minutes. So that's like a minute and a half, pretty much. Incredible stuff. Parity for Life taking out, took opportunity that Matt was not playing and cleaned it up.
Ran away with it.
Cleaned it up. Yeah. So very impressive. Samson, what we got for next week?
Next week, I believe I've already announced these courses. Normally, I'm used to announcing them here. Now I've actually got to go back and read what I wrote.
Okay, you can read it.
Because I don't want to get it wrong. Here we go. So we have 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea Easy and Labyrinth Hard. And as Dave pointed out in the Discord, that Labyrinth Hard in race mode is going to be tough.
That's going to be hella tough.
So much timing.
That's going to be hella tough. That second hole alone on Labyrinth Hard is it could send you back. It's the one you have to go around the perimeter. F that hole. Labyrinth Hard, just a hard course in general, so I'm curious to see the scores.
Dude, speaking of F that hole though, Cherry Blossom 18. Oof.
On hard, on hard, because you have to go over the ramp, right? And if you miss it, then you have to go all the way around. It's tough. It's tough. But hey, you came joint third at -5 on Cherry Blossom Hard, so that's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right, that'll do for part 1. And part 2, we have just a trickle of VR news. Nothing crazy, but just a trickle, Samson. So we will see you all in part 2.
Hey, we know public lobbies in VR games can be a bit toxic, feel a bit empty at times. That's why we created the Let's Talk Oculus Discord, a friendly community that you can join for multiplayer meetups, general VR chat, the game, and chat about VR, fitness motivation, and there's even a very impressive 3D printing channel. Join over 100 of our community members in the Let's Talk Oculus Discord for free. The link is right in the description.
All right, welcome back to part 2, the VR news. Like I said, a little trickle of VR news here. Let's start off with some mixed reality news, Samson, as he's trickling along. The MR puzzle adventure that I really liked, that I tried like a month or 2 ago, The Infinite Inside, is coming out on July 12th, which is only a couple weeks away. For those of you who don't know, this is from the company Maze Theory, who have done a couple licensed games before. They did the Peaky Blinders and the Doctor Who VR license games, which were, I'm not sure, I didn't play Doctor Who, but Peaky Blinders is very average game. However, they're going completely different, and they're doing this like 3D geometric puzzles in mixed reality. And definitely, actually, I didn't even know what podcast it was when I spoke about it. But for those of you, just a quick thing, the puzzles come out of the ground in a tower, and you have to go around the tower and you have to do the puzzles. And once you've completed the last, when you're getting close to complete the last puzzle, you have to step into the labyrinth. So then it goes into VR, and you basically use teleportation. It's fully hand tracking, teleportation to kind of go around, and you see kind of the storytelling, and you pick up secrets, but then you find that missing puzzle piece in the labyrinth, and you go back into mixed reality, and then you complete that tower, and then you move on to the next one and such. I'm very excited about this game. I really liked the demo. I don't think you can play the demo in early access anymore. You could download it from the website, but it seems like the link is broken now, obviously gearing up to their release in a couple weeks time. Samson, did you ever play the demo of this or not? No.
I did not.
This was really good. Some puzzle games like is it Riven? That's coming out as of today, as this podcast releases.
I heard,
actually
through the grapevine, not great things.
Interesting.
But
So
not played.
Riven's a game that's like, it's made by the people who made Myst, but I find like games like Riven and Myst to be like hardcore puzzle games, like super hardcore puzzle games when it comes to those where, you might have to write things down and such, and, that it takes a lot of thinking power. I don't think I'm cut for those type of puzzle games. I think that's just too much for me.
Yeah, that's way too much.
Where The Infinite Inside is more of a casual puzzle game, I would say. So I think it's more accessible to a lot of people.
Like
so
Lego.
Definitely try this out. Yeah, although I can't get past the bloody bridge, so yeah, never mind. Anyway, that's The Infinite Inside. That comes out on July 12th. We've got another game that we've spoke about for a long time. Dead Second finally is coming to the MetaQuest store. We had the podcast with Sean, who is the developer. I'm pretty sure it's Sean. I think back in 2021.
Long time ago.
Yeah, it's like maybe episode 30 or episode 20 or something like that. Or maybe a bit long. I can't remember. I remember I had glasses at that time, and now I've had laser eye surgery, so I don't need glasses anymore. So a lot of things have changed since we had that podcast. But finally, it's come out to the store. It was super polished back then in 2021, and it's still super polished now. It comes out today, actually, as of Thursday on the official store. With this main store release, it will come up with a new update, which will include newer levels, new enemy attack drones, more abilities, and a new soundtrack. I remember the soundtrack being very good last time. There'll also be Quest 3 enhancements like real-time shadows, specifically optimized bloom post effects as well. I'm excited to check this one out. I'm pretty sure, because we have the WarpLab version, we'll have this official version as well, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't really know Dead Second, it's more of like think of like a Time Crisis kind of a shooter where like the arcade ones where with the light gun and such.
Yeah, kind of like Zombieland, Headshot Fever. You go from point to point.
Node to node kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like Tiger Blade as well, but just not with a samurai sword. Yeah, really fun game. Really fun game. Would definitely up to. Have you played this recently at all, or has not been for a long time?
Not too recently. I feel like once in the last year, but definitely not a lot.
Yeah, me too. But it was very good. So definitely check that out. We're gonna have a quick news section here. We got into Exploding Kittens VR is coming out at the end of this fall. I'm sure you'll probably see this in the
Now,
upload
have you
showcase.
played the card game?
I played it like once. We have it. It exists in this house that I'm in, but I think I played it once, and I don't think I really liked it or resonated with me as much. But I don't
I
remember.
think this. I've played a couple times, but it is a game that I feel like the first time you're playing, like most board games or card
Sure.
games,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to play it and just like go with the flow, and
Figure it
then
out. Yeah.
yeah, and then you start getting the strategy
Mm.
and all that.
But now you can
It
play it
looks
in
kind of
VR.
fun. Looks kind of
Yeah, it
fun. Yeah.
does. You can play it in VR up to 4 people. There's also a bunch of mini games that they include, like whack-a-mole and such, in there that you can play. In fact, this could be a fun game to play with the rest of the Discord community, having up to 4 player
Definitely.
game nights and that. Because, like, when Catan came out, I was interested in Catan because I do like playing Catan, but it is a long game. In the end of the day, obviously it's a little bit shorter playing in VR because you don't have to pick out all the
Clean up.
cards and set up the table or anything like that. It's like playing Risk. Playing Risk on the iPad is actually a really fun game, but playing Risk in
It's
real
all
life, it
fast.
takes so long to figure it out. But yeah, I'd be interested. This might be a fun game to play with the folks.
For sure.
In the we need a name, I think, to call the Discord community. We need a specific name for them. We'll have to think about that. You know, I was thinking
Let's
best
talk about
friends.
that.
I'm not sure about the best friends. Let's talk the LT. Yeah, we'll have to think about it. If
The
anyone knows a good name,
LTOs.
the LTOs. That's quite funny. Anyway, that's Exploding Kittens. Is this a game that you'd probably pick up if you know people who are going to play it, basically?
Yeah, I get this one.
Yeah.
Dan, I tried to pre-order Miracle Pool after the pod or whatever. I tried to get the pre-order, but Meta screwed up something where I got an email and it was like, you need to update your card or else your pre-order won't go through. And I was like, my card is up to date. That's the right card.
Mm.
And then it was like, you didn't do it. Sorry, pre-order canceled. And then I tried to buy things and it wasn't going. I talked to Live Open Mike, and he said he'd actually experienced this problem, and he had to reach out to Meta. I was like, all right, I'm just going to give it a day. We'll see what happens. I waited a day, and then I could start buying things again. So
Nice.
I don't know what happened there, but that was weird.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Moving forward, Samson, this might be interesting for you. We've got Spatial Ops, which is a mixed reality. I mean, it's a lot of mixed reality in this episode. Mixed reality first-person shooter, which leaves its beta this year. Which you can. I'm not sure if it's on WarpLab, but it was definitely on SideQuest.
SideQuest, yeah.
Definitely on SideQuest, and it's coming out later this year. For those of you who don't know Spatial Ops, this is a laser tag MR, a mixed reality game. Essentially, your whole house can turn into a laser tag area, and it puts up different obstacles and such like that. You can have 1 to 8 players. There's team deathmatch, capture the flag, domination, and a free-for-all mode as well. I feel like this will be fun if you had a few people go to like a gymnasium or something like that.
You need some space.
You need a lot of space itself. Samson, you want to read the blurb that's
I'd love to.
that the devs gave out?
So while it might be hard to find 8 friends with Quest headsets, gather them together at a huge indoor play space and set up a game. That shouldn't take away from the achievement and the thrill of Spatial Ops. If you can, I highly recommend giving the game a try. It's a magical peek at the future of mixed reality gaming, and unlike anything else available at a consumer level.
I like how they've said that this might be very difficult to organize for most people. But if you can, then it'd be great. So I like what they said there. Do you think this will work
Maybe,
at the VR
next year
arcade?
at PAX.
Yeah, definitely. Something like PAX would be people will bring their quests and have at it. I might come to PAX next year because I'll be in Toronto. I'll only be down the road, so
We'll see.
We'll see. Anyway, final thing, the Quest V67. I feel like the 66 update's only been pushed out, but 67 has been on the public.
I just got it.
Did you just get it? Finally, the 66 with the pass-through and such? Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
And now 67's coming out, Samson. No, 67 is on like a public test channel. I think that's what PTC stands for, that you can kind of sign up to if you want to. The one thing that we're seeing, which is quite different, is that you can now freely position 2D windows. And what that means is, let's say you're on your Quest UI. Right now, you can snap 3 different windows to your Quest UI. Now, you don't need to snap them anywhere. You could do as many as you want all over the place. So I saw a video that somebody did like 8 Seinfeld episodes at a time.
That's great. It was gold.
Yeah, exactly. So you could do something like that. This is very similar, if not exactly the same as what the Apple Vision Pro does. Do you ever do any of the snapping windows or anything like that? Like I just go straight into a game or an experience or something like that. I don't really mess around with the stuff.
I don't do too much, just when I was traveling, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So, yeah, I guess you can freely position 2D windows for those who want it. So, yeah. Samson, that's it. That's it for our, 10-minute news segment right there. Let's roll on to part 3, where we'll talk about the games this week. So we'll see you then.
Quick hitting news.
Let's Talk Oculus is available on all good podcast platforms and some rubbish ones as well. If you want to see the video version, it's available on YouTube and Spotify. And also, if you love us so much, then consider throwing us $1 at patreon.com/letstalkoculus. Back to the show.
All right, welcome back to part 3, the games out this week. Samson, kick us off. What do we have to come on June 27th?
Yes, although I think this game already came out on Steam today, which is day of recording Tuesday. Anyway, Riven. Travel to Riven, a beautiful and mysterious world on the verge of collapse. Explore the mysterious place, solve its puzzles, reveal its mysteries, make a daring rescue, and escape. Created by the legendary indie developer Cyan Worlds, and based on the smash hit original released in 1997. Riven has been lovingly revisited by its key original visionaries to expand the epic narrative of the Misc universe. This brand new, reimagined, and expanded version of Riven offers a deeper story, new, captivating visuals, and a journey that stays true to the original release, while also expanding on Riven's breathtaking world.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
This isn't a puzzle game for me, but
No, not me neither. I think it's too hardcore of a puzzle game for me as well. Got decent reviews in VR. They said the game is very good, but the VR port mixed reviews. It's decent. It's not that great, but it's decent. Some YouTubers saying it's a must play. But yeah, you can give it how you will on that. But if you liked this game, especially when it came out in 97 or something like that, I think I read Road to VR's review on it, and they said they had it on the PlayStation 1 and they had 5 discs to it as well.
Yeah.
So it's one of those type of games. But yeah, if you loved Misc, then you're probably gonna love this one as well. So yeah, not for me either. Okay, the second game we have is Thrasher. From the artist and composer behind the cult hit Thumper comes Thrasher, a mind-melting arcade action odyssey and a visceral audio-visual experience. That was hard to say. With the wave of your hand, guide a magnificent space eel through breathtaking and unsettling landscapes. Swoop, dash, and thrash to defeat wild bosses in an ultimate race for survival. Sometimes I think I'm baked whilst reading some of this stuff. You guide a magnificent space eel through breathtaking landscapes. Amazing. Samson, have you ever played Thumper? Did you ever play that game? That was on 2D, I think.
I played in VR. I haven't played through the whole thing, but it's feels like a rhythm game. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I think this one's kind of cut from the same cloth, right? in terms of it feels like a rhythm game again. So it looks like the visuals are great. Can you get this on PlayStation? I'm wondering if you can, because it might look better on there.
I am not sure.
It is on Steam right now. You can get it on Steam. No,
right
you can't.
Now already.
It's on Steam and it's on Apple Vision Pro, and it's on Quest as well. So it is not on PlayStation VR. So yeah, maybe this one's for Steam to get those visuals. To be honest, $17.99 for those US folks. Beauty, Samson. That's everything. That's the games out this week. That's our mini.
What a week! What a week in VR.
That's all the mixed reality we have. Yeah, what a week in VR. Samson, anything else? Any other stuff that you've been messing around with and playing?
Not really. I think I might get a game or two in the sale or something, even though I don't really need to. And this 4-year-old is pretty into trying VR, so I think I'm just gonna keep trying new things with her. I think I want to do Walkabout next, and I might break out the Tilt 5.
Oh, I'm still people like that. I'm like, wow. When you're of age, like proper age, like maybe 13, 14, what is this stuff gonna look like?
Yeah, right.
What's in 10 years gonna look like? Because if she's seeing this, I remember for me when I was 4, it would be like a Game Boy, right? Just like the original Game Boy and a Sega Mega Drive or a Genesis for those people at the States. That's my level of graphics, you know. I remember seeing fatalities in Mortal Kombat 3 on the Genesis and being like, whoa, look at this, crazy. Yeah, wow. I'm intrigued. Maybe she will continue the podcast one day. Who's to say? I've been playing a bit of Prince of Persia: A Lost Crown on my PlayStation Portal, on the PS5, but on the Portal. Highly recommend that game. It's a Metroidvania game.
It's a flat one, right?
It's a flat, yeah, but it's. I'm not a massive big Metroidvania person, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful game, and there's a free demo that you think you can download for Steam on the Steam Deck and also on the PlayStation and such. Highly recommend. It's quite a long demo as well. Highly recommend you get the demo. You know what you're getting. And the reason why I say that is there's a bunch of sales on. I'm not sure if it's on sale. It has been on sale before, but it's now got a $10 price cut. Like a permanent price cut as well. So I would highly recommend checking at least the demo out for Prince of Persia, A Lost Crown. It's so much fun and so beautiful to look at. It'll look nice on a Steam Deck OLED if anyone has one of those. You know, look pretty nice. But anyway, that'll do for our show today. Samson, take us home. What word of wisdom do you have for the folks listening?
Yeah. Let me tell you, this one goes out to you. Your friendships will be a source of joy and laughter.
Oh, what a lovely way to end the show. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Remember to join the Discord if you haven't already, and we will see you next week for more LTO goodness. Bye for now.